Alright, another day, another set of supports with Fire Emblem Awakening. But this should... Fire Emblem Awakening? Jeebus, I spent way too much time in that game on this channel. Fire Emblem Fates! Jeez. But this should be the last massive set of supports, because, believe it or not, I actually grinded over this past long weekend enough for everybody to have the skill that I want to pass down to their kiddo. Except for my unit, I guess, because that's going to come a little bit later, so that doesn't matter too much. But literally everybody else has the skill in their final slot that I want to pass down to their kiddo. And my goodness, it took 3,000 years. Also, while I was out of town... Oh, I should also mention, first and foremost, I don't think that I've streamed Fire Emblem Fates yet, since the charity goal was at the bottom of the screen there. We are going to be doing a 24-hour charity stream and a stream this coming weekend and whatnot. Let's switch over to the layout here in a hot second. So I figured it would be good to get through these support conversations here, so that during the charity stream we can, you know, actually do child pair logs and such. While I was out of town, though, great news about going out to the family's lake cabin. What? Yeah, that 3DS first. Why was there, like, no transition there? There's no, like, hold on. That's a fade? And then that's a fade. Also, I should adjust that top screen slightly. I found my 3DS! Hold on. Is that right? Okay, something like that. I found my actual 3DS! Finally! It was out there, was the thing. So now, if I really want to, I can technically do stuff here if I really wanted to, if I want to showcase stuff specifically on, like, my actual physical 3DS. So it was out of town, it was at the family's lake cabin and such. It was under my bed. Like, it was literally, like, slid under the frame was the thing, so it must have, like, fallen off of the nearby bedside table and, like, slid under somehow, and I must have somehow forgotten to, like, take it out, or take it back again. Okay, that still doesn't look like it's cropped properly, but that's fine, because we're not going to be playing on the physical 3DS right now. Anyway, this is really important for me to, like, recover, just in case, you know, I wanted to showcase, you know, the whole visiting castles thingamabob. You don't hear any sounds right now, because the music you're hearing is from the emulator, because there's, like, a whole wacky setup that I need to do to get audio from this. It doesn't stream the audio to my computer. I need to plug an audio cable into the headphone jack and then into my capture card, and I've had some trouble with that in the past. But point is, I can stream this from my actual 3DS. The graphics suck because I don't have a 3DS capture card, because I don't even think you can get 3DS capture cards at all anymore. I have a software on my 3DS here that essentially allows me to stream it from my 3DS to my computer. So that means it's not the best of quality, and the bottom screen is going to be a little bit laggy. You're not going to be able to notice it too much here, but you can notice it a bit more during things like level up. Stay asleep, would you like up on the couch? I guess so. I guess that is indeed the case. I have a lot of materials now, as can be seen, but the bigger reason that I'm really glad that my actual 3DS is here is because, for whatever reason, when it comes to, like, showcasing everything about this game, I was technically able to get the Japanese exclusive Scramble missions going on my actual 3DS, but not on Citra, not on the emulator. Like, if we switch over to the emulator real quick, which, you know, is probably a lot better that we're doing the main playthrough on that, because, like, look how much smoother and freaking better graphics this is, you know? Like, if I check here, the thing about the emulator stuff is, for one, we have a bazillion reserved slots that are all just, like, the whole placeholder things. But I couldn't get the actual... And these would be the 2 slots for, like, the scrambles. And I literally just couldn't get them, you know, going and such. Hold on, let's switch over to the thing we're up. But here, on the actual physical 3DS... Whoa, why is the background, like, different between the two? Anyway, on the actual physical 3DS, I couldn't apply the translating patch that I wanted to. That's something that I might have to tinker around with some more. Also, let's back to the main thing. It said, what is this place in English? But that's, like, the only thing that got translated, is the intro to the Spring Scramble. It didn't do anything about the, like, outro bit, or, like, any of the conversations during it, or the Norian Scramble stuff. But the maps do technically work. The maps of the Japanese exclusive content do technically work. I don't know why I can't get them to work on the emulator. Well, I can, but it, like, gets rid of a whole bunch of the other DLC, so I could always, like, put it temporarily onto the emulator and then reinstall the other DLC. Again, hello, Shuck. How are you doing today? Hold on. So, that's what's going on with that, essentially. But if we do want to showcase like these DLC maps, we can showcase the maps. We just won't be able to, you know, do it in English unless I actually get that translating patch working, because there does exist a patch and such. This does indeed exist, but doing good, that's good to hear. Oh yeah, also the chat is going to be a little bit higher today because I set it up so that there's space for the thing where, whoa, wait, did somebody donate just now? Whoa, wait here. I did get a notification of somebody donating freaking $50 for large, literally just now. I don't know if that's somebody in the stream right now. If so, was that you by chance, Shuck? Because it just shows like, it doesn't show usernames or anything like that. It just shows like regular names. And I don't believe that's yours, unless it was a different like account or something, unless I'm just losing my mind and I just never knew and stuff. Maybe, well, maybe I'll figure out the mystery. Maybe I should just leave that down there. Like, we're basically starting the fundraiser, like, nowish anyway. I just realized I was moving around on the emulator and didn't get to see it all because I was doing stuff around here. So, like, the main part of the Japanese exclusive stuff technically works on this, and I haven't been able to show this before because my 3DS has literally been missing since, you know, this whole playthrough started when it was out of town and such. So I'm really glad that it's here now, and, you know, worst case scenario, we can showcase the, you know, Japanese exclusive DLC this way, I guess. The unique portraits and stuff that would normally happen over here don't work as well for whatever reason, and I don't know why. My goodness, Lancer, that copy pasta there, my goodness gracious, is that literally just the whole thing, Bob? Because you're unsure if you'll be able to make it to the 24 hours. So gotcha. So that was indeed a thingamabob there about that. Well, I greatly appreciate the freaking 50 whole doll hairs in that case, Shuck. I greatly appreciate that. For anybody who doesn't know, the fundraiser is through my Taekwondo, well, not through my Taekwondo school, it would normally be through my Taekwondo school, where around this time each year we would fundraise for LARCH, which helps people with developmental disabilities. But what with like COVID for the past couple of years, we couldn't do like our regular fundraiser that we would do for that kind of thing. So this year instead, we are just kind of doing our own thing here since the Dogen can't do its own thing. I was like, hey, well, the Dogen can't put together a whole fundraiser for LARCH, but that doesn't stop me from, you know, doing my own little event and us banding together to, you know, do some cool stuffs and whatnot. Wait, whether we want it or not, we stepped into a war with Cabal on Mars? What? What is this copy pasta? What is this one here? But in all seriousness, that is a whole lot of freaking doll hairs there, Shuck. I greatly appreciate that. Also, I wonder if I should add that one thingamabob to this page. Hold on. This scene is literally just called rules. Hold on. Maybe I should just like add over this 24-hour stuff is what I'm gonna call this. And where did I save that? Where did I save that? Because this is something that I should set up before the weekend anyway. Where did I save this? Where did I save the image that was like the schedule of the 24-hour event? I think I have a specific folder for it. 24-hour 2021 May? Yeah, this. Let's slap this on here is the thing. For our current plans for that, I might shoehorn Metopia in somewhere down there. If you won't be able to make it to the 24-hour charity stream, Shuck, if you want me to, like, do some of the things there, like the freaking blindfold myself for 5 minutes or use oven mitts for half an hour or whatnot at, like, certain games, just let me know and I'll, like, you know, mentally jot it down and I'll do it when we when we get to whatever you want me to do that with, you know? So let me know. Yeah, I'll just use this like scene for that thingamabob. Will do. But yeah, hello Lancer. Today you had a conversation with someone about how Ringabel from Bravely Default hides his pompadour under his helmet when he uses the Dark Knight asterisk. Well, that's things I was not planning on reading today. I know that there's some other Japanese exclusive stuff like the Cypher stuff, which I could maybe get working, Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. This is, you know, all stuff that was never meant to be done this way. Nah, I mean, it's exactly the way that Nintendo intended. But, hey, at least I can, you know, showcase visiting castles and stuff like that, which I was never able to do with the emulator. One of the few things that you can't do with emulator in this, so thank goodness for having an actual 3DS. But in the past, I always did this with the... my regular 3DS. So, my regular 3DS can't do this whole streaming stuff, so, like, I, you know, never got to really showcase it unless I held it in front of the camp. Did I ever do that? Did I ever do that? And then, progress I make here doesn't matter. I have a more updated save on the emulator anyway, so it's not like it matters. I don't need to buy anything. This progress is getting undone regardless. Conclusion we came to was he slicks back his hair when he puts on his helmet, and as soon as he takes the helmet off, his hair shoots back up again like a cartoon. Sounds like a reasonable explanation. But yeah, I'm very glad that, you know, I have this thing here, and, you know, it seems like everything is working a-okay and whatnot. But now we're gonna completely forget about that. Close it. Is that gonna suddenly end the stream? It doesn't? I haven't tried closing the 3D. Does it actually not? And I open it. Wow, it keeps streaming when you close it. I'm gonna turn it off though. I'm going to turn it off though, methinks. That's interesting how you can close it and it still keeps streaming. But anyway, we're gonna be hopping onto the emulator as we do, because the emulator is like better in every other way. Like, the 3DS is convenient for like on the go and stuff, but for like every other situation, the emulator is just better. It is just way better off. So anyway, when it comes to my... I thought that menu popping up sound effect was like a little bit delayed for a hot second. Okay, so everybody now has in their final skill slot the skill that I want them to pass down to their kiddos, which means that we can basically do every child paralog from this point on. Now, when it comes to what skills I'm passing down, a lot of people would just be trying to like pass down what's the best possible skill that you can pass down to this kiddo. That wasn't quite the case for me. For me, what strategy I'm going with, because of our whole rules of like you can't buy skills or anything like that, from other save files or other castles, is I decide instead that I would have every parent pass down the best skill that the child cannot obtain. Like, whether it be through like their planned partner seals or their planned freaking friendship seals or their class sets that are being passed down. So if a parent can't have access to like any class that the kid can't have access to, like freaking, whoops, dang it, I just switched to this stupid green screen layout by accident because I was still clicked onto OBS. Where's my stupid thing? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Like, for example, Saizo, he literally can't get anything from his A+ thingamabob anyway. Like, a lot of what most parents are passing down is something that they get from their A+, because something that they get from their A+ is probably something that their kiddo isn't going to be able to get most of the time. But Saizo, he gets Sky Knight from his partner seal with Azura, and his possible A+s are Kaze, which he gets like nothing from considering the two of them have the exact same class sets. He can A+ with Ryoma, which has a secondary of freaking Sky Knight anyway. Like, it would either pass over Sky Knight or, like, I guess, freaking Samurai that he has access to both of those anyway. Or he can A+ with Tsubaki, which would also give him Sky Knight. So there are examples like that where there's literally not going to be any difference made. Like, the only thing that he can get through A+ is Sky Knight, which Azura is already going to be passing on to his kiddo anyway through, you know, the whole class inheritance thingamabob. So there are cases like that where I did just pass down, okay, what's a really good skill that's going to be a massive pain in the butt to get otherwise, you know, like Replicate. But most cases are just like, what's the best thing the kid can't get that we could pass down, essentially, which isn't always the best possible skill that we could pass down. Like, the best possible skill we could pass down here would probably be Replicate, but because Shiro is already getting ninja because Kagerou's his mother, he's already going to have access to Replicate, is the thing. But he won't necessarily have access to the... Wait, yes he will. Yes he will, because he's part of the... Dang, I have to rethink Kagerou's thing again. I'm dumb. His freaking default class is Spear Fighter. I forget this sometimes. I'm dumb. Okay, it shouldn't be set up that way. Kagero, I need to change. But for the most part, everybody is set up in there. The child always inherits, like, the skill in the last slot. So I do have it set up so that, like, everybody... I think I wanted to pass down Rend Heaven here, actually. Okay, maybe it's not as set up as I thought it was. Maybe not, but most people, like, again, we could be passing down something better, like Replicate, Tome Fair, or Rend Heaven, something like that. But Seal Speed is something that the kiddo here isn't normally going to be able to get through the Master Spear Fighter, or the Spearmaster line, or yada yada. So stuff like that. Or some people are equipped with things that they themselves aren't even going to use, but like, hey, maybe their kid will. Something like that. I'm really sad that Jacob can't A+ with Silas to get access to the Mercenary line as, like, Silas's secondary. So the only person he could A+ with was freaking Takumi for Archer and stuff like that. I was like, hey, screw it, freaking pass down that, I guess. I was thinking about potentially passing down Quick Draw, but I figured if I ever did decide to, like, use the DLC classes much more, Aggressor is just a better Quick Draw anyway, so it doesn't really matter to pass down that thing. So, like, a lot of nerds are set up with, like, things that aren't necessarily the best thing that they can pass down, but there's something decently good from the pool of what the kid can't normally obtain, is what it is. And there are cases where I'm just like, okay, yeah, the line that we don't get there is Diviner, so, like, let's just pass down this thingamabob that makes, like, grinding a little bit faster. Do definitely plan on passing down Bow Fair there. Should I also mention that grinding was a massive, massive, massive pain? And I got a very good system down for grinding the EXP map. Like, with access to an emulator like this, I could have easily just, like, used cheats or something like that. Put in some cheat codes to, like, make grinding hella fast and get a bunch of experience at once, like I actually did towards the very end of the Fire Emblem Awakening playthrough, actually, after I was so tired of trying to max up my characters, and it just wasn't giving me the stat that I needed. And I was like, screw this, all it saves is time, and I put it in a cheat code, like, right towards the end of that game, like, a few episodes before Apotheosis, to just make it so that on level ups, like, everything would go up, so I could just max up my characters fast without spending 3,000 years. I could have easily done something where it's like each battle would give us 100 EXP. I don't remember how many hours we had last time, but let's just say that I watched a lot of YouTube and Netflix on my laptop out of town while I grinded on my actual 3DS, was the thing. And I got a pretty good system down to be able to, you know, do the whole map without worrying about being taken out and such, because, you know, that's a concern when you don't have save states like on Emulator. So on my actual physical 3DS, I got a whole system down, which is basically have Ryoma and Takumi replicate and, like, divide and conquer, and basically, like, take out all the green ones mostly themselves, and then everybody else just picks off the gold ones. And that was basically my grinding strategy that I used for 3,000 years. So there's that. Pass down Stride. I wish I could pass down, like, Stride as a skill or something like that. But yeah, so that's the situation with that. And so naturally, I wonder how many hours we were at last time before I you know, did the crazy amount of grinding. I could always check because I have, like, old instances of this save file from, like, passing it to and from my 3DS. But, like, it's not that important to know. All I know is that, you know, we're probably gonna wind up having a lot of hours in this. I guess I don't have, like, my other old save files on the emulator from before I was a content creator, but I'm fairly certain my flushed out Hashido / Birthright save file from before I was a content creator had something like 60 hours in it, because I never planned on, you know, doing the whole thing with, like, the skills. I just figured, like, oh, I can just buy whatever skill I want from, like, my save file that's set up specifically to pass down skills, or I can just, you know, use all the child seals and all that stuff. Like, I didn't have all these crazy restrictions. I don't think I ever recruited any of the child units, because Birthright's freaking easy anyway. So, you know, I have, like, 50% more hours in this file than my original kind of flushed out Birthright file. That's what happens when you try to make as perfected of a file as you can for the sake of a playthrough, I guess. Man, to think that I'm gonna have over 100 hours, most certainly, in Fire Emblem Fate's Birthright. Jeebus. Well, as I was saying, this weekend is going to be the 24-hour charity event, the final weekend of May. And during that, we're probably going to do a few of the child paralogs. Like, since they're almost all set up, I'm going to have to rethink that thing for Kagero. but they are almost all set up. But before that, we have a bazillion support conversation to get through. So I was like, hey, let's take a session to just like get through all the supports that are here. Maybe this will be like one mega long episode, or maybe I'll split it up into a few like I usually do with the supports. We'll see. I'm running out of character portraits to use for my thumbnails. So that's a problem. But, you know, that's my plan. That's my plan. We'll do some child player logs on the charity stream. And we'll be able to do that by getting through all the supports now. But yeah, pass on all the OP skills: Stride, Replicate, Super Arms Thrift, Canto Force, and of course the skill from 3 houses that lets you fight unarmed. Oh, unarmed brawling and such. Man, imagine if you could just like call on skills from across like the Fire Emblem series or something like that. The amount of busted things there would be. My goodness gracious. Who do we want to start with? Do I want to start with Azura and her free... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is going to take 3,000 years. Maybe this will just be one mega long episode, or maybe I will split it. I don't know. I'll decide later. Well, oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, what was the one that I really wanted to see how it played out? I think that it was thinking about Hayato there. Wasn't it Hayato Kaguro where she asked him, like, why do you speak like that anyway? And he was just like, no reason, I got a blast. Wasn't that? Hold on. I wonder if that's a support conversation that we unlocked with all the bazillion grinding that I did. Yes, and over there are the Duet Mountains. Every year, the people from these 2 villages come together for the festival. Ah, they sound like quite a pair, but not quite the same pair as Sonic and Tails. Yes, people joke that those 2 towns are married to each other. Oh, think about Sonic. Didn't Sonic just like a day or 2 ago have like a 30 or 35th anniversary stream or something like that? And all I know about it, I'm not like a super big Sonic fan. I don't really follow a lot of stuff going on with that. But I've seen around like Twitter and YouTube stuff like that apparently there's like a port / remaster of Sonic Colors, which I hear is supposed to be like one of the good ones or something like, I don't even know. Yes, people joke that those 2 towns are married to each other. Then next to the mountain range is a huge field carpeted in purple flowers. And if you go through the mountains, you'll find a secret tunnel. Purple flowers? Do they smell good? Yes, in the spring the whole valley is filled with fragrance. One day I'd like to go there again. Will you promise to take me with you? I'd love to see that, and go fast. Wait, that was today? Wow, time flies. Maybe. Zura, what's wrong? You got quiet all of a sudden. I've realized that not all of my memories are bad. There were some good times too. Thank you for that, Hayato. You're such a thoughtful lad. Such a thoughtful little laddie. Did you just call me a lad? I'll have you know I actually sexually identify as a hedgehog. Sorry, dear, I didn't mean to offend you. Sir, I really like you, but don't you ever say that again, you hear me? Just practice it with me. Hedgehog. I won't let it happen again. I'm surprised it bothered you so much. Okay. The Canto Force, also known as strafing, is a great piece of the Fire Emblem fandom lore. To make a long story short, it's a skill that makes it so that as long as you keep engaging in combat, you get infinite actions on your turn. Oh my. Hello, Zotwat3x. I'm probably completely mispronouncing it. Let me know what you might prefer to be called by. Hi, don't remember where I found you, but I immediately followed right after. Glad you could catch a stream. I have a lot of channels like that myself, where sometimes after I'm done with a stream and I'm looking on my follow list for who to host, I'll... Okay, it's 2 to 3. Oh! I read the first part as like Zot. I thought that was the first. Okay. Okay, 2 to 3. But yeah, I have some channels like that where like after I'm done with a stream and I go to like host somebody, I look at my follow list, I'm like, who even are these people? But like they seem cool, and I host them and I get to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, you seem cool. I'm glad I followed you. I don't remember where it was from, but I'm glad I did it. And hello as well, Blade. And I don't know how the second part is pronounced, but I'm just gonna say Blade. But hello. What other supports have we got here? I guess we got a Azura Hinata one. This is gonna be Reading Simulator, by the way. We have like a bazillion support conversations to get through in Fire Emblem Fate, so like, enjoy Reading Sim for 3,000 years, I guess. Hello, Hinata, what are you carrying there? It's a fully automated assault rifle that I use to eliminate the unworthy. It's a present. This time I'll even hand it to you instead of tossing it. I mean, I'm always holding a sword in my hand, considering that's just the way my portrait is, but that's not gonna change. How chivalrous of you. And these bamboo shoots, didn't you learn your lesson? Of course I did. I bought these at a store from a hairy old man. It wasn't a trap. Okay, Setsuna. You've looked so miserable since that incident with the girl. I thought you could use some antioxidants. Bamboo shoots are pretty good for that. They're harvested up in the mountains of Ashido, aren't they? No one has ever given me vegetables as a gift before, but thank you, Hinata. I thought I said it was a fully automatic assault. There's that cute smile I've been missing. This might be too personal to ask, but did that girl bully you when you were a kid? Yes, I thought those memories were buried in the past. I feel bad for her situation now. Oh yeah, that was a thing that happened in the last support conversation. But that's crazy. She deserves whatever she gets. I'm not sure about that. We should aim for peace, always. That's a noble thought, but I don't think my fully automatic assault rifle agrees. But I don't think we can ever really forget what's happened. You can't dwell on it, but you can't erase it from your memory either. Hinata, that sounds very profound. Thanks! That was the best I could do on short notice. You always know how to cheer me up, don't you? Well, I try. Now eat some of these veggies. Eat them, and you'll be in tip-top shape in no time. Hinata, I will. But yeah, just 2-3, and maybe it was TikTok? I don't have a TikTok unless I play DBD. I don't know, the possibilities are endless. I do play Dead by Daylight. I just yesterday actually published a video essay on what makes Dead by Daylight frustrating, as a matter of fact, was the thing. Like, where's my display capture? Where's my display capture? Where's my display capture? I really need to sort out my scenes on OBS. Yeah, just yesterday, it's still a brand new video, so most of the people who have seen it are just those from around the channel. But if you randomly by chance stumble upon that video or something like that, oh, so that's what that was. Yeah, I was the one face camping you for footage. Yeah. So you were either that Ace or someone else. Yeah, it was in my discussion on language and meaning toxicity where there's just a brief clip of that somewhere in here. I don't know where, but it's somewhere in that section on the essay that I got the freaking face camping footage. On the by chance, talking about different interpretation of things. It's right around here somewhere. Yada yada. Yada yada. Hey, there it is. So you were one of those nerds there. One of them. I don't know which one, but one of them four nerds there with the gross freaking basement Bubba build. Yeah, that was that. Okay, so that was Flap Slap. Gotcha. So you weren't the one that I was camping exactly in the freaking basement corner there. I felt so scummy doing that. I was like, I need a clip of this for my video essay. But I'm gonna feel bad doing it, making this gross build in that game. And doing that. Also, let's catch up on the other things there. And if Kanto Force wasn't busted enough, the character uses it as an archer, so infinite turns from 2 to 3 range. My, oh my, that sounds wacky. And is it really a semi-automatic assault rifle, or is it a Baby Yoda bop it? Oh yeah, that was the meme that we had last time we were doing support conversations. And we started talking about how there was a Baby Yoda bop it. That was a thing that existed. My goodness. But yeah, from Fire Emblem chapter contest called Rage Fest, and one of the entries, one of the characters who joins later in the chapter has that skill, though its actual name is Strafing. The fans call it Canto Force. My oh my. Never actually encountered someone that can make you smile after face camping you and you're survive with friends. Yeah, I felt, I don't know how people do that, for fun. I was like, man, I don't know if I have any ready footage of being face camped in the basement. Well, not face camp, but basically camp. Yeah, it's so boring, and it sucks for the people who get caught once. It's just oh, you got caught once, guess you die now. I was just sitting there being man, I really hope somebody comes and saves so that I can get footage of downing 2 people with that. I was like, I'm not gonna bother doing that. This is good enough. I'm freaking heading out of here. Let's just open the door and get them all out of here. Screw that. I could have gone around smacking Aru with freaking Noah as face camping Bubba's usually run, but freaking gross. So gross. You had to freaking take a shower after that one game that I recorded just to get some footage. Gross. Whoa, is this support conversation an assassination thing? Step aside, the princess is mine this time. Unless they're just role-playing crazy with the crazy mask dude. Well, you're persistent, I'll give you that. Tsubaki, careful. I didn't come alone. I've come along with, the full Justice League. Maybe you're the better fighter, but you'll never take us all. Do you have any idea how many times I've heard that line? Tsubaki, after leveling up all my characters so much, I can say for certain that Tsubaki's strength actually sucks. Like, he is literally one of my worst units in combat right now. Like, I don't know if his strength growth rate just sucks. I could look at my spreadsheet and give the answer for that. But he cannot hit very hard at all. He's like a freaking wet noodle. Well, that's taken care of. All in a day's work. All in a day's work for Tsubaki, man. There you are, Lady Azura. I'm afraid a few slipped away. I'll stay close by for now. I'm just glad you're safe. Of course I am, milady. You're safe with me. I'll guard you day and night. I thought you were already freaking guarding Sakura day and night. Tsubaki and Dark Cultist reach support level C, imagine. What's that you're holding? Oh, it's a baby Yoda Bop It. He dropped this armband. It's very unusual, isn't it? I've never seen it before. It's a armband that shows he's an honorary Marleyan. I have. Have you? Really? That crest belongs to some distant cousins of the royal family. Someone in Hoshido hired these people. How can that be? Why would someone in Hoshido want you killed? I can think of plenty of reasons. I'm not exactly popular. Everybody freaking hates me because I run a, I don't know, Twitch stream. Sure, some people are wary of you, but no one wants you dead. Maybe so. Either way, you've saved my life twice now. Was that what happened in support level C? I'm in your debt. I swear, all these support conversations just blur in my head. It's nothing. I only wish we'd solve this mystery. Me too, Tsubaki. Me too. The thing probably gets resolved in A? Probably? Oh, this is the... These are these ones. What? For anybody who hasn't seen the supports of Kate and Azura, they're certainly something. Now, what a nice nap. Now, how did I get here again? Also, I think I need to take off my scarf. I'm actually starting to get warm. That's what I may need to do. It's been a while since I've, like, actually been warm while streaming. I swear I'm, like, always freezing cold. But today I'm not. Today I'm not. Could also be because my hair is down and, like, you know, an insulator of sorts. I really need to sort it out. It was tied back until a little bit before I started the stream. So, I mean, how did I get here again? Oh yeah, I wandered through this field when I decided to roll around in the leaves. It's so carefree. It felt so good. I curled up and went to sleep. No wonder people call me lazy. Huh? What's that? I think something's touching my head. It's a spooner. Everybody apparently hates me because I dare criticize Oh yeah, that whole situation. I literally had a comment earlier today if I find the thingamabob again. There's so many people that hate the fact that I have a video essay criticizing Pokemon. Like a video titled How Pokemon Lost Its Magic. I had somebody comment earlier today when you decided to turn into a douche and you yourself stopped caring about Pokemon. There, I answered it for you. Just like, my goodness, to some people you criticize a series of children's video games and they treat it like you just assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Mai, are you awake? Sir, is that you? What are you doing? Goodness, this is awkward. What's awkward? Why are you petting me? Who wouldn't want to pet Caden? I was walking through this field when I saw you over here taking a nap. Ever since the other day, I've been wondering what your fur felt like. It's so embarrassing, but I didn't think you'd wake up. I just barely brushed you. Is that so? Caden, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. Disturb me? Of course not. Get over here. I'd be honored to have you stroke my fur. I had no idea you were into foxes. This game. This is a real special game, isn't it? My goodness. What a wacky Fire Emblem game, huh? Honestly, neither did I. Is that why you left so abruptly the other day? I'm afraid so. I didn't think I could resist giving you a little scratch behind the ears. Sir, I'm shocked. So am I. I had this overwhelming desire to reach out and touch that silky soft fur. Look, go on, you can pet me anytime you'd like. Thanks for being so understanding, Caden. The complete opposite of my doggy. My doggy hates being petted. Most of the time. Not always. Sometimes she gets, like, cuddly. But usually she's just like, if you're gonna give me attention, then, like, play with me. Are you kidding? This is awesome. Hope you visit me all the time now. Really? I'd love that. My goodness. If I wasn't pairing up people just for, like, best stats and kiddos and all that stuff, and I was just doing, like, what supports I enjoyed the most, freaking Azura Caden all the way. But, like, if you do that, like, completely screws the defense stats of their kiddos. They get, like, a -3 maximum stat modifier, and the growth rate sucks. It's like, my goodness, it's literally like a sentence to become paper thin. It sucks. Why do both Azura and Caden have to have, like, awful defense? Why is that anyway? It's like Ryoma has some thingamabobs, so let's do that, I guess. You seem busy, Aboro. Oh, Lord Ryoma. I was just tidying up and putting all the Baby Yoda boppets away. I can put that on hold if you need something. I'm simply inspecting the troops. They tell me you've taken it upon yourself to clean and organize more than usual. Yeah, I've been really fired up about it. Well, that's... I've been trying to fill my niche in the army, like you said. Cooking, cleaning, knowing who needs a breather, anything I can do. I put my time in on the battlefield, but I'm trying to make myself useful elsewhere too. A shining example for us all. And indeed, those skills will be in demand when the war is over. I'm honored, Lord Ryoma, but I've got my own dream to chase. Indeed, what sort of dream? To be one of those streamers that constantly asks for free Prime subs. Did you know that if you link your Amazon account and your Twitch account, you can get a Twitch Prime account and use your free Prime sub on freaking, Aboro? Once the war is over, there'll be a big celebration, right? I want to be the one that provides outfits for all the attendees. Outfits? Yeah, my parents were tailors. Before Nori and bandits killed them, that is. Someday I want to follow in their footsteps and make fine clothing and make you, Ryoma, finally look not like a lobster. I hadn't known that about you. But it's a wonderful dream. Allow me to support you as best I can. Really? Gosh, thanks. I'm only too happy to support my subjects. I look forward to the day I can wear your creations to the celebratory gala. Can't wait either. Yeah, still wondering what the hell the analogy on that comment found on my 3 houses essay was about. Yeah, there was... Some people comment some very strange things sometimes, and I guess that's the kind of thing that happens as videos get more and more reception and stuff, I suppose, or something. I don't know. These things happen. I've received some very strange things in comments. I think one of the strangest things I've ever received in comments was the guy who was like, I've made it my mission in life to leave a comment on every video I watch to spread the good name of the Lord. Here's 18 resources for you to read up on my religious material. And it's like... Hinoka, I see you're continuing to put comments on. To put all your efforts into your training. Ryoma. I know I've been putting off practicing with you. I'd like to correct that today. Oh, thank you, Ryoma. My dash dances could use some practice. If you're busy, it's absolutely fine to wait until another time. I'm not that busy. Do you think I would suggest it if I didn't truly have the time? No, you're always so busy. I wouldn't want you to set aside something for me. Though, after our last conversation, I was briefly worried about you. Really? Why? Well, you just wouldn't stop talking about a Baby Yoda, but usually you're so serious, but you were messing with me the other day. You must understand me, though. It was worrisome to see you joking at first, but as I thought about it more, it seems good for you to be able to relax a little. That's interesting. Coming from you, you're incredibly serious yourself. And your actual original voice, unlike the freaking voice that I'm giving, sounds like a freaking smoker who smokes like 3 packs a day. I don't know why Hinoka sounds the way that she does in this game, but hey, at least... At least there's the one upside of not full voice acting in this game, is we don't have to listen to Smoker voice throughout all of Hinoka's supports. Maybe, but I'm definitely not as serious as you are, brother. We aren't actually going to compete over this, are we? Besides, I'm this serious because I want to be. It makes me a better leader. Ryoma. I'm happy to know that you worry about me, Hinoka. Half my strength comes from knowing that those I lead care for me. The other half comes from the ocean and lobsters. I hope that you are... Wait. Our other siblings and I... Oh, okay, I misread. I misunderstood at first. Our other siblings and I can bring peace to the world. I'm certain we can, in this awful plot of a game. But yeah, most likely a bot for Evangelicus, and her voice gets worse in Warriors. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors is a game that we'll cover eventually. Like, she sounds like she's dying of Meyer's lung. Oh no, I forgot about Fire Emblem Warriors. I covered Fire Emblem Warriors on this channel, like, way in the early days. Like, back when I consistently had, like, 0 viewers, like, every stream. And, like, maybe once every few streams I'd have, like, somebody briefly stop in, like, those kinds of early days. But I never did, like, the story or anything like that. I was just, like, going for, like, completion percentage, doing, like, the adventure maps and whatnot. And... there's no footage of that anymore, like, since Twitch deletes stuff, and I never, like, saved it elsewhere or anything like that, so that footage is just gone, but there was a time that briefly existed. Every time I see Hia, I just think, Hia-choo! Fighty, fighty! Or bitey, bitey? I don't even know. Ah, she's over there. There's that hoe over there. Good morning, Hana. It looks like you're deep into your training. Thanks, Lord Ryoma. My apologies for surprising you and interrupting your training. You have a moment to speak about our Lord and Savior lobsters. No problem at all, it's fine. Please, don't worry about it. You seem a little out of sorts. Is everything alright? Yes, of course. I guess I was so caught up in my training that I didn't realize you were there. I was a bit startled to hear your voice all of a sudden. Ah, if that's all. And how are you, my lord? It's a... Dang it! I was looking over at OBS to be like, are the audio levels and everything okay for a hot second? I pressed A too early. It's unusual to see you on this side of the camp. Thank goodness you can press the R button and see, like, the stuff that you missed. I thought I'd check up on everybody while I walk the perimeter. It's very kind of you, my lord. When I have free time, it's important to see that everyone is doing well. The core of any army lies in the strength and well-being of its members. Also, I feel like at this point in the playthrough, we might honestly get to a point where we wind up getting through, like, every support, because my good gracious, like, we are probably pretty darn close to getting, like, every support anyway. So, you know, core of any army lies in the strength and well-being of its members. I know that you train very hard every day. How do you know that? This isn't the first time I've walked an early morning patrol around the camp. I was so impressed by the intensity of your training that I had to talk to you today. I understand that you're fully dedicated to serving Sakura. As her brother, I'm glad. There's no need to thank me, my lord. I'm only doing my chosen duty. You shouldn't be humble about your efforts. You're doing a fantastic job. You really are making me blush. Oh yeah, I was asked to organize the storage supplies. I'm sorry, Lord Ryoma, I have to be on my way so that we can continue the support conversation and, like, future things. Oh, she left in a hurry. Yeah, and Camilla sounds even more NSFW to Warriors. Yeah. Yeah. Fire Emblem Fates was a strange game, wasn't it? It was certainly a video game. It's certainly a Fire Emblem video game, huh? And there, everything in its proper place. What is all this clutter, Orochi? It sounds like my room here 101. Like, most of what you see with the cameras is stuff that's, like, organized, but, like, my shelves and stuff, especially my actual bedroom over there, I've got stuff, like, all over the place. I really need to organize. It's not, like, awful. It's not, like, it's not something that you'd expect of, like, the room of, like, I don't know, a teenage kid or something like that, where there's just, like, heaps and heaps of junk or stuff like that that you have to step over. It's not anything like that. But it's just, like, okay, there's a few things here and there that should, like, find proper places and be organized is basically all it is. Like, I have a bunch of stuff under my electric keyboard over there, for example, that should be organized and whatnot. And I still need to unpack my clothes bag over there from being out to the lake cabin and whatnot and all that fun stuff. I don't know. Lord Ryoma, no disrespect, my lord, but it's not clutter. Okay. What is that show that's all about freaking hoarders? The Orochi needs to be on that. It's not clutter. It's all treasure. In fact, I've just finished organizing all my divination materials. A woman in my profession has many components to have close at hand. Indeed, I stand corrected. And pray tell, what is that? That card in particular? Well, you see, that's actually an ultra-rare Charizard card. One of many that Kagero drew for me. Oh, speaking of rare Pokemon cards, one thing, the rarest Pokemon card that I myself own, if I go over here real quick, I don't know if I've shown it on the stream before, but there was a time, I forget what set it was, but there was like some set around like Gen 4, maybe early Gen 5, I think it was around Gen 4, where there was like some set where there was like really rare shiny Pokemon that were like sometimes in a set and such, and I pulled this and I was like, whoa, that's so cool, and nowadays it's apparently like $100 card, so that's cool. So I keep it on my shelf where it sits pretty and it looks nice and stuff. I'm just gonna back over there where it can chill. So that's neat. So so when it comes to rare cards, I just like keep that there. It's been a long time since I've collected Pokemon cards. Like, Pokemon cards are so expensive. I mean, any kind of card thing is super expensive. And as a teen, I was basically like, okay, video games are cards. I should just choose to keep one of them because both hobbies like adds up in, you know, price very, very fast. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with video games out here is what I'm gonna do. And I dropped the hobby of Pokemon cards like forever ago. I don't have most of my Pokemon cards anymore. I'm sure if I continued collecting, I'd probably have like some crazy collection by nowadays after so many years, but like, yeah, I'm kind of glad that I didn't wind up doing that, because my goodness, I would be broke and stuff. I mean, nowadays with like a channel and stuff, if I really, really wanted to, I could just be like, oh, I'm gonna be like a Pokemon TCG content creator now, and like use a lot of the revenue that comes from the channel like towards doing that. But nah, nah, I'm a pass on that, methinks. I do think the TCG is pretty fun though, like, and I mean, meh, I don't know what to say on this subject. I do think that it's a fun game and such. Sometimes I miss playing it, but you know, I think I'd rather save my money for like other things most of the time, is what I may well do. Card in particular, that's a shiny Lugia card. She drew all my best fortune telling cards. I recall hearing that somewhere. I've never laid eyes on them though. How odd they are. Eerie too. Ominous. I've read your eyes, my lord. It seems her style irritates the royal eye. You jest, Orochi. But in truth, I do find these images of hers unsettling. Oh, because, this is to do with, like, freaking Kagero, like, sucking at art and stuff. But I value Kagero, and I'm glad to know she had a good friend in you. As her lord and master, I may not be the friendliest of figures in her life. You're too hard on yourself, my lord. You always have been. You see, you never let yourself relax. Always a sentinel. Both Kagero and even Lady Mikoto said you never let down your guard. I was about to say let your guard down, because that's usually how I'd expect that sentence to go, but that you're unfailing in your many noble qualities. Is that so? Still, I like to think my lord allows himself a laugh now and then. Please tell me you have at least some funny mishap in your past. Well, there was the lobster incident. I like to imagine that Ryoma is like Spider-Man, except instead of being bitten by a radioactive spider, he was bitten by a radioactive lobster. And now he is the way that he is. The lobster lord. You think me dull. Hello, Aniki. How are you doing today? Oh, hello. You think me dull. No, never. Please don't take it like that. I hate to see you so grim. But I do wonder, when's the last time you smiled? I couldn't say. I probably smiled in the last support conversation that we just had, but... Nor can I. Your face has been grim as a gravestone for a long time now. All these battles, this endless fighting. Well then, I have no choice. Orochi, I'm going to make you laugh. I'll chip that stony exterior. You can count on me, Lord Ryoma, your most loyal servant. Orochi, please, there's no need. Oh no. When was the last time you smiled? Probably when Ryoma did, like, a freaking Astra crit on some poor enemy with, like, 1 HP left. Is probably what was going on. Doing pretty good at me. I'm doing pretty alrighty. I've got a couple things for university to do over the next couple days, and we've got a bazillion support conversations to get through in Fire Emblem here. So it's gonna be a lot of reading simulator here for a little while. Having to prepare for a 24-hour stream this weekend, and well, it's gonna absolutely destroy my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is already pretty darn messed up, and I'm already napping all the time, so I need to like really rest up before that event. We'll see if I manage to get enough rest. If there's any 24-hour charity stream where I've been a little bit worried about not being able to stay awake the full 24 hours, it'd be that one, just because like COVID has like screwed with my sleep schedule so much. So it's a little bit worrisome. That should be enough practice for today. I should still have time to get changed and make it to the meeting on time. Perhaps I can even lend a hand counting supplies. Yeah! Where, Luigi? So, where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Kanaijo? Were you hiding? It seemed like you appeared out of thin air. Oh, no, my lord, I wasn't hiding. Yeah, the whole Kellum 2.0 there. Are you sure? You were almost invisible. I bet you'd be an excellent spy. You clearly have some natural talent. I don't know. I was just walking how I normally walk. You shouldn't be so humble, Setsuna. The ability to conceal your presence is valuable. I bet it helps you greatly on the battlefield as well, doesn't it? It really isn't anything special. If you'll excuse me, Lord Ryoma, I have to get somewhere now. Oh, I just noticed your bow. Off to archery practice, are you? Oh, that reminds me. Your skill with the bow and arrow are superb. You've seen me shoot? Of course. I make a point of being aware of all my allies on the battlefield. Also, Hinoka frequently praises your precision and skill. She says that the enemy never seems to know where your shots are coming from. What's the matter? What's the matter? Are you the Aegis? Oh, aren't you? It's nothing, my lord. I really must go, though. That was strange. I know she was about to say something. Did I somehow offend her with my words? But yeah, when is the 24-hour stream? That's going to be in 2 days on the final weekend of May. I don't know why that cough forced its way out. If I turn on that thingamabob here. Mountain Standard Time, 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. freaking Saturday to Sunday on the weekend is the plan to help support Larch, which helps those with developmental disabilities. Since normally my Taekwondo school will be doing a fundraiser for them, but what with COVID and stuff and things still being like super limited and whatnot, they can't do their fundraisers. I was like, hey, that doesn't really stop me from doing like my own thingamabob to help out how I can. So there's that. So we'll see how that goes and stuff is the plan. Oh, speaking of COVID, I registered for my COVID shot today, or my first COVID shot, my first dose. And that's gonna be on like June 8th, I believe, something like that, like a Tuesday. The earliest I could have registered it was May 31st, but you know, that would have been like, you know, very soon after the 24-hour charity stream. And my goodness, I'm gonna need to sleep for like a full day or something like that after staying awake for like probably about 26 hours total, as I found out with the previous 24-hour streams being like an hour setup before, 24-hour charity stream, an hour like takedown and wrap up and stuff. But yeah, I love the voice acting, by the way. I'm glad you like it. Realma is the type of person to say, I know where you live and who you like, and not know how creepy that is. Yeah, I mean, he is the Lord of Lobsters, who is all-knowing. Here we go. It's really starting to simmer now. What do you have on the stove, Mozu? Oh, nothing special, just the souls of the damned. Oh, well, if it isn't Lord Realma. Right now, I'm fixing some soup to warm all our bones. I see. It looks delicious, I must say. I didn't know you were a skilled cook. No, it's nothing a prince like you ought to take notice of. Anyway, this is pretty much the most I can do to help the army out. What do you mean by that? Mozu has her strength maxed out now, after all the grinding that I did, and she now is like one of the hardest hitters in my army. But I mean, like, I don't have any fancy fighting moves like the rest of you folks. Oh, you hit like a freaking truck stacked on another truck, Mozu. I'm no tactician in either. So I want to help out with the things I do know how to do, and that's cooking. It's an admirable stance to take, to be certain. But you needn't be so humble. I don't know, it's just... What would you say, then, if I offered to train you myself? What? No way, I couldn't. I can't be wasting your time training me, Lord Ryoma. Yeah, Mozu is strong. So strong. I've got too much to do around the camp as it is. If you won't accept training, Mozu, then yes, you will be too weak to fight. I'm giving you an opportunity to push past the barrier and the barrier believe holds you back. Lord Ryoma, I see strength in you, Mozu. An insane amount of strength. You're the only survivor of a brutal attack on your village, just like I was the only survivor of the Great Lobster Raid of 06. That speaks of a fierce determination to survive. I believe you can be trained. Even so, okay. I'll show you, and myself, I guess. I've got what it takes. Thanks, Lord Ryoma. We'll have you in fighting shape in no time. Welp, I mean... Hold on. Ryoma's strength is 34. Where's Mozu? Where is Mozu? Mozu! Where are you in this list, anyway? Where are you in this list? Eh? They literally have the exact same strength stat. Oh, it's not maxed out right now. Maybe that's because... Oh, because I just class changed is what it was. They have literally the same strength stat right now is the thing. My good gracious. Alright, time for a bunch of Takumi ones. Come now, Lord Takumi. Don't be like this. Go away. I'm not talking to you. Why? We're old friends. Friends, Orochi? The way you've been cornering me, mocking me, making fun of my baby Yoda bop it. If you air any more dirty laundry from my childhood, I'll lose my damn mind. So you're dead to me, Orochi. Don't you think you're overreacting just a little? I mean it only in jest. You meant to insult me. It's treason against the entire royal family. Well, maybe not all that, but it's awful. We're supposed to be on the same team. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that my words pierced your heart so deeply. Man, I'm gonna be so screwed when it comes to talking for 24 hours straight, aren't I? I promise, no more walks down memory lane. Never again. Good. Good! You killed me! Good. Now, hold on. I said I'm sorry. I've overstepped for the last time, Orochi. I'm a grown adult and a royal. See. Oh my, I do see. What now? I mean, I don't care. You really are a grown adult. What? That's just what I've been trying to tell you. I'm not a child anymore. Used to be such a royal shrimp. I thought that said royal simp at first. Well, you're taller than me. When did that happen? Years ago? Like 5 or 7? It's been forever. And you didn't tell me until now. Well, now I feel silly. I've teased you for years like you were my little brother. But I guess you're more like my big brother? How could you have let me go on for so long, teasing you like that? Wait, Orochi, why are you upset? I'm the one who should be offended here. No, I'm upset with myself for not seeing it sooner, Lord Takumi. Good, finally. Start treating me like the man I am. Oh yeah, so, something that I should... Hold on, speaking about that. I stand corrected, my lord. Hold on, let's catch up on stuff here. Talking like Doodle Bob during the stream. Let's just become a freaking Doodle Bob for the whole 24-hour stream. Me hoy, me doy. No, I don't know. You're a royal simp? Yeah. Who's not a royal simp? Speaking about man, I think it was just yesterday that Twitch added a bunch of new tags that categorize your content. And, hold on. If I find the thingerbob... Yeah, this is let's see here. And what I looked through the new tags that they put to the categorize your content, and I think my favorite new tag that they added is the tag man, which is for quote, for streams and content featuring men. I think that's my new favorite Twitch tag. So that's a thing. Like, it was almost certainly because they probably first were like, oh, let's make a woman tag, which exists now. And then they were like, okay, people are gonna be mad if we don't do a man tag as well. So I assume that's probably the reason why there's a man tag, man. I'm so glad I can, like, categorize my content as men. Yeah, I tweeted that out because it just cracked me up and I love it. It's so dumb. Like, my goodness. I'm glad that you can now categorize your content as man/woman because you totally want to, you know, go base what content you find out there based on what gender somebody has, but that's besides the point. Let's see here. Hiacho! Bitey! Hello, Ricky. What the? Lord Takumi? What? What do you mean, what? You're standing directly behind me while I train, not saying a word. I'm sorry, I didn't want to disturb you. I'll be on my way. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute! I have something to ask you. Oh yeah, speaking of hey, wait a minute, it's not one of the effects that I have, but I do have like my wacky soundboard effects that I can... You what? That I can hit buttons of if I want to. I have something to ask you. What is it? I have 2 trains that are traveling at each other at 30 meters per second and 40 meters per second, or 50 meters apart. How many milliseconds until I meet? Why do you suddenly stop training with me? You didn't tell me the last time we talked, and I feel like there's something bothering you. You need not worry about it. Wouldn't Takumi say something more like you don't need to worry about it? You need not worry about it. Idea. Subject. I want to know. I feel like I slighted you somehow, but I can't think of anything. How can you say that? Do you truly not realize what you did? I can't imagine Takumi with his voice. I swear I have no idea what you mean. What happened? I remember it as clearly as though it had happened yesterday. I was but a lad, sucking my mother's teat, when all of a sudden, you appeared, along with Fortnite. Ever since that day, my mother never paid attention to me ever again. I will never forget that vile act. Back when we were still training together, Sakura stopped by. Without any prompting, we proposed the idea of dueling, the practice swords. Just right after you had become Sakura's retainer. So you were really full of gusto. You probably wanted to prove your fighting ability in front of her. But you didn't hold anything back. Beat the living daylights out of me. Oh, you see, I wasn't prepared for an actual confrontation. Not because I didn't think you were able. I don't know why I read that as alive. You've proven yourself as a retainer. But I didn't want to beat up my little sister's friend in front of her. So as soon as you slipped past my relaxed guard, you began beating me in the head. Over and over and over. Oh no, did I actually do that? You really don't remember. You so non-pompous fool. Anyway, that's why I decided to stop training with you. Takumi, I'm very, very sorry. It's fine. We were both kids. I don't cry about it anymore. I'd best be on my way. I had no idea. Well, but yeah, along with Fortnite, I can't come up with good things on the spot a lot of the time. I wish I could come up with like better jokes on the spot. Sometimes you just gotta go with like old reliable when it comes to several jokes. Okay, well, let's see here. Phew, that was easy. I demolished them. That'll teach them to show up on my turf. Your turf? Sheesh, Anata. Thought we were holding a practice competition. Yeah, but we gotta keep it interesting, right? I don't know how I let you talk me into this. You look upset. I thought you'd be pleased. I smashed everyone to bits in that freaking free-for-all Smash Ultimate tournament. Nata, you told me this was a practice competition to help train our fighters, but you obviously had something to prove. This was clearly for your own amusement. What? No. Maybe a little. I see Lord Takumi isn't ready for the fight to be over yet. No problem. What are you muttering about? Nothing, just the incantation of the damned. I mean, well, we better get ready for round 2. That was just the beginning. See ya. But, Hinata, wait. Oh, you can't be serious. Well, hello, Hawks. How are you doing today? Hellos. Phew, well, I'm glad that's finished. Farming is finally done for the day. The farming is finally done over the insane amount of hours that I spent doing this off camera to get everybody their skills that they're passing down to their kiddo units. My good gracious. Done. You must be forgetting about the weeding. The what? Oh yeah, you gotta do the weeding. And then there's the raking and the watering. Watering? You mean we have to carry that enormous water jug again? You're not tired already, are you? No, of course I'm not tired. Who am I kidding? I give up. You're right, I'm not cut out for this. My legs hurt, my arms hurt, my back hurts. Completely covered in mud. I hate this. I tried to tell you. You royal folk and farming just don't mix. Go on, I'll finish up. Are you serious? I don't know how you do this every day. Well, I've had a lot of practice. You get used to it. But now, I love it. You pour a little of yourself into the land and hope it gives something back. It doesn't always work out, but you gotta keep trying. Well, what do you mean it doesn't always work out? You do all this and you can still fail? Oh sure, nature's gotta do her part too. You can plant a whole field of crops. But if a big storm comes and wipes them all out, you can kinda start over. So far, we've had some good weather. My fingers are crossed we get a nice harvest. Now, if you'll excuse me, I better get back to work. Oh, wait, is there something else I can help with? Well, sure. Why don't you start plowing this field here? You don't have to dig deep. See, just turn over the topsoil to make a nice soft bed for these seeds. Like this? Yeah, like that. You know, you might make a good farmer after all. Thanks, Mozu. Go on, I'll take care of this part. Thanks, Lord Takumi. It's really nice to have some help from the Pineapple Man himself. But yeah, see a donation goal, but this can't be the 24-hour stream? No, the 24-hour stream is in a couple days, but, like, we are, like, starting the fundraiser early. Like, we've had the fundraiser going a little bit early, we've just had it on, like, the starting screen, we haven't, like, thrown it on, like, the actual games that we've been playing up until now, because there wasn't really as good of a place to put it, but, like, hey, it works on this layout, and such. But yeah, you're good, though, you were sleeping and just woke up. I was a little bit like earlier as well. I was planning on doing the stream earlier, but then I had like a power nap that went on for like a little bit longer than I had initially hoped. But hey, now that it's later, it also means we got Duke and Cam. Just. And her eyes were closed and now opened up. I'm sorry, did I wake you? Sorry. Oh. I think I might have woke her by accident. Oh man. Alright, Kagero. Who do you have supports with here? Hey, Kagero. You require some privacy. I shall oh yeah, because this was the whole thing about, like, I'm gonna tail you around everywhere and make sure you're safe. Oh no, sorry. I just wanted to ask you something. 2 trains are- I'm curious where your drive to carry out your missions comes from. Seems like all you do is follow the orders you've been given. I'm sure there are other things you'd like to do for yourself, aren't there? Of course, but it is the duty of a retainer to work hard for her liege. That's true, but I feel like you're far more diligent than any of the other retainers. There must be something deep down that motivates you. My clan has loyally served the Hashiden royal family for many years. It is my duty as a ninja to continue that tradition. Also, I have an older brother. You do? Well, I didn't know that. He's been frail since birth. It would be impossible for him to do even the most simple of martial arts. However, as he is the eldest child, it was his duty to carry on the tradition. This condition led some to criticize our clan's loyalty. This hurt my brother more than anything else. So I serve in his place. working hard to prove to everyone that our clan is loyal. I had to protect my clan's honor. I understand, Kaguro. Thank you for telling me all this. I can really appreciate... I can really appreciate your motivations. Thank you for understanding, Lord Harmonia. I'm sorry if my dedication is ever inconvenient for you. Don't worry about it at all. It's reassuring to know that someone like you has my back. Nice. Nice. Smackaroo. Let's see what's going on here. Kaguro, can we discuss our recent battle? We didn't get the victory royale we wanted. Yes, of course. I wanted to talk about it as well. When I turned over command of our forces to you, thought I knew the outcome. I had to lead the sneak attack, and I was sure you wouldn't lose any ground. I didn't expect both of us to reach the main objective at nearly the same moment. My larger force was able to hold the attention of the enemy, which helped your dangerous mission to succeed as well. It was an excellent demonstration of synergy between the two of us. Indeed. We won't budge on our tactics, and I know that neither of us is wrong, but in the end, our goal is the same, to serve those it is our duty to defend. Yes. I know I can count on you, Kaguro, despite our difference of opinion in battle. I couldn't ask for a better comrade. Agreed. Nice, they sorted out their issues. Good to see. Excuse me, Kaguro, have you got a minute? How can I help? Unless it's about my art, that conversation is over. But you misunderstood me the other day. I genuinely think your art is nice. You're committed to your flattery. Those creepy whirlpools were awesome. I've never seen someone draw like you. It's very... what's the word? Abstract! It's abstract art! I did not intend for it to be abstract. It is supposed to be a scenic view of a peaceful river. Oh, of course. Sorry. Still, I'm telling the truth when I tell you that I like it. I'm not trying to trick you or anything. I really would like to see more. I suppose you've insisted enough that I can believe you. I apologize for how rude I was to you before. I'm not used to compliments. Growing up, only Orochi was accepting of my art, but I tend to doubt others. Even after a few people have said they like what they see, I still don't believe it. It's just my opinion, but I bet more people would enjoy your work than you think. You should have more confidence. It's very kind of you to say. I suspect I have misjudged you, Hinata. I had thought that you lacked refinement. I can see now that I was incorrect. It took you this long to figure it out? And here I was pulling all the... Here I was pulling out all the stops to praise you. My apologies, Hinata. I appreciate the nice things you've said about my art. See, now there's a cute smile. You should break out that smile more often. And I withdraw my apology. Wait, what? Why? Am I only allowed to praise your art? I can't tell what I should be doing. I appreciate you limiting your opinions to my art, if you could. Although, I do feel that we have bonded over this little ordeal. Me too. Does that mean you'll finally show me some of your other work? Yes, I suppose I could show you one or two other pieces. I thought that was a B support at first. I was so confused. I was like, what? This seems like it's like resolving things and stuff. Well. Hello, Kaze. You said you wanted to chat, but you never said what about. I wasn't certain. Perhaps our childhood. Do you remember when we first met? I started living at the castle at a very young age. I believe you and your brother visited regularly when you were older. That's true. We also made many trips to the castle before that, though. We must have met on one of those visits. It really does feel like we've known each other for a long time. Of the three of us, I've always thought that you were the most level-headed. I respect that about you. Whereas I've thought you were incredibly talented and someone I could learn from. Thank you. I'm honored to hear that. I have my speed and stealth, but I am less certain of myself in direct combat, especially because you have, like, awful defense stats. You, on the other hand, excel in that area. In particular, you're quite good at using an enemy's momentum to your advantage. Kaze, are you sure you should be telling me all this? Even though we are allies, revealing your weaknesses to anyone is very dangerous. It's definitely something you shouldn't get in the habit of doing. I know, but I also feel that if it helps my allies to... That helps my allies to know these things. Why? As we've traveled, I've had the chance to talk with many different people. I've learned that it is important to trust your allies and cooperate with them. If your friends know where you are strong and where you are weak, they can help to cover the weaknesses and enhance the strengths. I feel that's the most important thing I've learned from all this fighting. Now I understand what you were saying, Kaze. An army that truly believes and trusts in itself is stronger than any foe that doesn't. I think you've revealed something that I need to work on. Thank you. Of course, Kaguro. It'd be nice if we could continue to talk like this from time to time. I like that too. I'm glad. But yeah, reading Emblem, the fate of keeping your voice. Yeah, that's the way that it is a lot of the time. Oh, great, freaking Azama the jerk. Miss Kaguro, how are you doing today? Azama, were you heading somewhere? It's a little rude to run away the second I say hello. I'm not feeling terribly talkative today. How unusual. Normally you appear right at home in the army's camp. Why are you acting so strange? Is something troubling you? I want to know. Azama, I know that you're just trying to wind me up again. Why do you get such a thrill from irritating incessantly? Are you referring to our recent conversation? Of course I am. I don't know why you need to comment on everything you think. It's rude. What I wear is of no consequence to you. Keep your questions to yourself, otherwise you won't enjoy the consequences. Kagero, that dagger doesn't feel very good against my throat. It seems as though you'd like to keep your life, yes? Then I have one simple request. Yes? What is it? Don't get on my nerves. I don't appreciate your weak attempts at humor, Azama. I understand. Next time we speak, be more cautious. Of course, I promise. Would you mind taking that knife off my neck now? It's kind of hard to breathe. I swear that you'll cooperate. I swear. I don't feel like getting murdered today. Well then. Well, there's that, I suppose. There's that situation. Time for a bunch of Oboro ones. I don't understand. Why isn't this stupid mouse falling for my traps? It's managed to snatch the cheese from every trap without setting them off. We're up against a very crafty mouse. Ah, that thing's making a fool of us. We have to do something. Yeah, it very much escalated, didn't it? I agree. What we need is a good strategy. Ah, I have it. What's your plan? There's a ninja technique to infuse food with a paralyzing agent. I could have made so many jokes there. But, if we modify the dosage for our mouse, it might be just the thing. Great idea. Let's try it right away. I have an idea for what we can give to the mouse. Let's give the mouse a dose of, like, all of the different types of COVID vaccines and see what happens. We'll see what happens to a mouse after it gets all the different doses in some food. Because that's totally how you get the... Whatever. These are my dumb attempts at jokes. Great idea. Let's try it right away. I have enough of the agent already, so all we need is a bit of food. Has anybody seen the meme where, I forget who made it, it was just something that I found on YouTube, of the guy who was like pretending to get the first dose of the COVID vaccine. It was like, oh yeah, you're all done. Let's come back a few weeks from now and you'll get your second dose. And he's just like, oh, no need. I already have all 5. And as he lists off like all the different COVID vaccine types. And it's just like, now I am immortal, as he starts using like the force to like throw guards out of the way and stuff. And then at the end he's just like, learn more about the COVID vaccine by going to... And it was funny though. I have enough of the agent already, so all I need is a bit of food. You think I would eat one of these dumplings I made for lunch? I had dumplings earlier today. If it tastes as good as it smells, I bet our nemesis will make a beeline for it. The secret is the dried bonito flakes I mixed in. Never mind the mouse, now I want some. What? Wait, you mustn't. I'm just kidding. You're always so serious about everything, Kaze. Lighten up. Now you're just being cruel. Sorry. Show me how to make these dumplings for the mouse traps. Oh, right. It would be good for you to learn that. To the kitchen, then. Lead the way. But yeah, hello, Cam. Good luck with the grinding. You're gonna go to sleep. Prepping for finals got you sleepy. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a good sleep there, Cam. Now start smarting someone you don't trust on the field. Like, at all. Wait, what? Like, you don't trust Oboro on the field? By chance? She hates, like, Norians and stuff. Which I guess we'll see here. Oboro, and I wanted to apologize for last time. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah! I got curious after you left, so I did some digging. It's easy to see why you hate Norians so much. Norian bandits killed your parents, didn't they? Yeah, right in front of me. I'm sorry for touching a sore spot last time then, and I didn't know. That's okay. I'm not mad about it. I fought alongside you long enough by now to know that you're alright. I mean, look at me. I'm not making that face right now, am I? Sure enough. Oboro, having lived in Nor all my life, let me just say one thing on its behalf. Nor has its share of heartless villains like the bandits who killed your parents. But there are good people living there too. Many Norians are decent folk, just like the people of Hoshido. I'm sure they are. I grant that it may be hard to accept on its own. I just wanted you to know. Yeah, fair enough. I'll try to remember. Thanks, Silas. Okay, easing up there a bit. Next, loop the string around your right finger. No, the other way. Was I doing it wrong? This is harder than I pictured. I hate to say this, but I don't think you're having trouble following directions. You're just not very good. This is beginner level stuff, and you're still struggling with it. Hey, you can't blame me. You're the one making it hard to follow. Excuse me? It was a joke, sorry. Let's start over. Nah, there's no need. I've messed up enough that I don't want to waste any more of your time. What kind of talk is that? I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. We're staying here until you learn how to do this. Right. You sure have a passion for braiding and weaving, huh? And what tipped you off? If you can remember all these complicated patterns, you must have practiced a lot. It made my parents happy when I'd learn a new technique, so I studied hard until I'd mastered them all. That took a lot of effort, right? I'm amazed to see that kind of dedication. Hey, did I tell you to stop? Less talking, more practicing. I'm gonna keep riding you until you can do this on your own, Caden. That could be taken so far out of context. What the heck? Fine, I'll keep at it a little longer. Whoa! But yeah, you wouldn't trust a Boro. That's understandable, I mean. They say you've been volunteering for mop-up operations left and right. Is that true? Pardon, you're a Boro, right? Didn't come here to introduce myself. Answer the question. You heard correctly, then. I had a bad feeling about you, and it looks like I was right. It's clear by your face that you don't care much for me. A shrug. People who willingly go on mop-up runs are scum, plain and simple. Getting your jollies by going after troops who've already been beaten is disgusting. I take no pleasure in it. Doesn't matter. You volunteered, which makes it just as bad. That's why I'm giving you the stink eye. Think what you like. It has no bearing on me one way or the other. Alright then. Good talk. Okay then. Well, I mean, that's an unusually large crowd at the general store. There's something going on. Hello, one and all. What is a Boro doing, huh? Fresh off the wagon, we've got these pristine new tea sets. Highly desirable. I thought she made his old clothes, not... Whatever. Step right on up and get a good look at the exquisite pattern. Is that a Boro? Oh, very sorry, sir, but our stock of ink sticks has run dry. What the heck is an ink stick? No, I don't doubt that your cousin bought one from us, but we're simply fresh out. But you might be interested in a jar of squid ink, which is every bit as good. Not only that, it's cheaper, so really, it's a better choice all around. Would that stick thing be like a type of pen, then, in that case? Oh, Boro's in her element here. Oh, my apologies, ma'am. I think you'll find that turning it upside down will solve all your problems. Man, it's just like when you want to evolve Inkay into a Malamar. I'm sorry that wasn't clear to begin with. She's even good at placating angry customers. What the... Tsubaki? Hiya, Boro. Don't think I didn't see you dealing with the shoppers. What are you doing playing merchant? Well, the store's owner fell ill suddenly and didn't have enough help to stay open. Maybe merchant would be a good final class for a Boro. I'm just now realizing. Maybe merchant is a Boro's thing for like a final class. Pretty sure an ink stick is a pen. Okay, that makes sense there. Maybe merchant would be a Boro's final class. Can she even go into that? Like, she has access to replicate, so she has like either the apothecary or ninja line, one of the two that she got from somebody or her own class. That's, I don't know. Once I heard about the problem, I decided to help out. That's a pity, but it's very kind of you to step in. I would go so far as to say that your handling of the customers was perfect. Everything from pitching the wares to addressing complaints went smoothly. I'm surprised by your skill as a merchant. Well, I used to help my folks around the store when I was little. Did you now? How interesting. I hate to ask for this, but can you do me a favor? I know I'm needed back at the army, but say no more. I'll dash back right away to cover for you. Thanks, Tsubaki. Well, some more thingamabobs. Saizo, stay right there and don't move. What are you doing, Boro? And do you have to be that close to do it? Yes, I was afraid of this. Afraid of what? Your outfit, your mask, everything you wear is so dowdy. You're a fashion disaster. I don't care about that. I'm a soldier in a war, not a dandy about town. But even a soldier can look chic. I'm making you my personal project. Ninja care little for such things. In fact, his worn old clothes are perfect for our work. Ah, or so you think. But I'm a tailor's daughter, and trust me, there's a way to look good doing anything. I'll put together a few outfits for you to try on. You'll see. Wait, I didn't agree to this. She's already left. Time to make myself scarce. Time to leave the country and get a fake name. Well, the tent looks so much nicer when it's all neat and tidy. I'm relieved that everything is back in its proper place, especially since this is where we gather for big meetings. Oh, that's right. I have to polish up everybody's armor. I almost forgot. Geez, some of this gear has gotten awfully battle damaged. I'll have to give this my full attention. Well, Luigi! Zama, how long have you been standing over there? Oh, just a few minutes. Long enough to hear you talking to yourself like a crazy person. Why didn't you say something? How dare you call me crazy? I wasn't acting weird at all. Well, most people don't just stand around talking to themselves. It's funny that you want to impress everybody so much. Oh, I have to polish the armor. Look at me, I'm cleaning the tent. How ridiculous. What did you just say? Whoa, calm down. Your expression totally changed just now. For a moment, I thought you had transformed into a demon. It's like your aura completely shifted. I've never seen that happen before. You're scaring me. I think I should probably go. Excuse me. Zama, you get back here right now. Another episode of Zama the Jerk. Another episode of Everybody Hates Zama. Come on, Sizer, if you look all fancy, you may blind your enemies. Yeah, just by his, like, sheer... glamour that you could have. That's weird. I could swear Hayato's been avoiding me. He doesn't do it when we're in combat, though. I wonder what the problem is. Hayato. Hold on. Don't run off the instant you see me. Running off? Who's running off? The only time I run is when I go fast. It'd sound better if you weren't saying it with your back turned. But forget it. I just want to know why you've been giving me the cold shoulder. Don't come near me. How can we hold a conversation from 100 paces? Question, let's find out. Wait, now you're blocking my way. That's right. Got nowhere to run now, mister. Help! Stranger danger! I need an adult! Quiet, you. Why are you so freaked out? All I did was touch your shoulder. I'll never talk. Never! I'll never spill the secret of my Sonic fanfiction. What is with that kid? I'm not giving up until I get to the bottom of this. Well, there's certainly that, I suppose. My good gracious here. Oh, the Hayato ones are gonna be a real treat. Let's grab some beans real quick that I keep feeding to Lilith. Oh, by the way, did I mention that Lilith is level like 98 now, I think? Can I guess I can't. I'm pretty sure Lilith is like level 98. She hasn't gained stats in like 3,000 years, but who cares? Like, you know, just gotta get that level number up there just for the fun of it. I think I might actually put on my hoodie here again. Is what I may well do. Wow. Because now I'm starting to get a wee smidge cold. Once again. So let's throw that back on. Wow. Grab my scarf. I'll just throw it around the back of my neck like that. And of course I gotta put my hair above it. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. All comfy now. All snug and comfy. Just this back cushion on my chair. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Well.